Hello, I'm Debbie Bell Hosking for Finextra TV at Sibos 2025 in Frankfurt. And I'm joined by Scott Manson of LexisNexis Risk Solutions. And we're going to be talking about 180 years since the Banker's Almanac. And I am actually holding a book here that reads the banking, they used to call it then the Banking Almanac rather than Banker's Almanac, and Directory 1845. And Scott, first of all, a big hello and welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
I love what you said to me when the cameras weren't on, that actually this is how data was processed back in 1845. This is tangible, my goodness, all these years of where the industry's come from to where we are today.
It is. I think it's a wonderful reflection point, especially at Sibos where we're talking about the future, lots of AI. It's great to have that reflection point to understand really where banking started. This is really kind of an early how-to guide for banking, 1845. I apologize to anyone from LexisNexis seeing that we've got the book out, but we thought it was important to have it. It's a very valuable piece of our history, and we're very, very proud of it. 180 years is a huge milestone for us, and personally I'm very proud to be part of that and own the Banker's Almanac portfolio of products and help deliver those to the market.
Now, you explained to me that this is the only one that you are aware of in its existence in its hard form, but back in the day people would order it.
Yes, this would be sent out to all the banks within the UK. That was where it was for 1845. It soon expanded globally, but I'm sure there's probably copies in lofts of bank buildings or old bankers' families at some point, but this is the only one that we know is in existence. So, like I said, it's incredibly treasured by us, and probably something I shouldn't have brought out, but I thought it was perfect for this interview.
It is, and I think before I hand it over to you for safekeeping, I did make sure my hands were clean and dry. There's a wonderful inky fingerprint.
There is.
Which leads me to our question.
Thank you. Yes.
As I pass over the almanac. How has the Banker's Almanac evolved? I mean, there's an inky stain. How has it evolved from book form to its current digital form? Are there any great sort of transformation stories you can tell us?
I think it's a transformation story over 180 years, so we probably don't have enough time to go through it all. But the reality is, a lot of the information that's in there is still used today, which is great, and it shows that it stands the test of time. But it's absolutely evolved. We've created numerous products over the back of the Banker's Almanac portfolio. So we have routing products, so we have KYC products. And the reality is, this was still being printed up till 2011. It finally stopped there, but we've been through the idea of the CD-ROM delivering it. We've gone through APIs and files. So it's a constant evolution of how to deliver the product and in what forms. And we're incredibly proud that we've been keeping up with the times, and I'm sure we'll talk about later about how we're going to evolve the product even more.
Yeah. Well, before we go to the future, let's look at today.
Yep.
How is it maintaining its relevance today, the Banker's Almanac?
The Banker's Almanac is used by 97% of the major banks. So I think that's a testament to why it's relevant today. But the reality is, our data is very, very, very well thought of in the market, simply because we take great pride in how we get it and how we move the data from its raw form from our customers onto our databases and make sure that it has the impact that it needs for the customers. We do that across KYC, from reference data, from BICs. We do it from due diligence documents. So we've got over 1 million documents within our KYC element, and we have also all our routing products as well.
And obviously, if we'd had it in print form, well, you would have had to probably bring a truck in.
This was the original in a single book, but it very quickly, I think, towards the end of the 19th century, became volumes. As soon as we started going more global, it became much more hectic. But by the end of it, I think it was like 12 to 20 versions, depending on what you bought in terms of the countries you wanted to cover.
My goodness. Right, well, let's start. We touched on innovations.
Yep.
Even file innovation has been a great help in terms of storing the Banker's Almanac. What innovations do you see moving forward that will eventually be recorded in the Almanac, in a sense, in terms of its data, that's going to support financial institutions? What does the future hold?
Yeah, I think it's a great question, and one that myself and my team are extremely excited by. I think we have our heartland is in our data, but we want to really help our customers looking at things like jobs to be done theory. What do they do with our data, and how can we support them doing that? So like I'm sure a lot of people have talked about, we're looking into and working directly with AI to understand how we can implement that into our products to make it more effective and more efficient. We're looking at making sure we understand key things like perpetual KYC. How can we create alerting systems that make sure that customers know when things are changing within their ecosystem so that they can react quickly and they can make sure that they're as secure as possible in their relationships. So we're incredibly excited about what the future holds for KYC, and we're really investing hard in it.
So how is the Banker's Almanac going to hold its value, particularly now when we're so digital and we're enabled by AI?
Yep.
Where do you see its value?
Well, the value's in the data, really, right? So a lot of the things that we talk about are kind of overlay products that help use the data, but our true value is in us actually getting that data for our customers, storing it, updating it, maintaining its freshness. And obviously we want to build services on top of that to help them use the data, but the data and making sure we invest in that is going to be critical going forward, and that's where the relevance really stands.
So even in paper form and today in digital form, it's all about the data, good data
it's all
foundation.
About the data, it is, absolutely. And then building on top of that to help to create the efficiencies that our customers want and need.
Wonderful. Well, Scott, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
180 years.
It is. And I better get it back before anyone knows it's gone.
Yes, it needs to go back in this little fire
Exactly.
bag. Thank you so much for joining us and bringing the book.
Thank you.